Alrighty, so here for my recap. It is Monday, the 25th of January, and the story remains. It's just GameStop, really. It's all GameStop. I mean, there's a lot of stocks moving right now. The market had a crazy move, crazy drop here not too long ago, but GameStop's really the stock that I was watching first thing in the morning this morning. I actually woke up in the middle of the night and I was like, oh, I'm gonna check the pre-market action. So I whipped out my phone. And I checked what was going on pre-market, and I saw that it had squeezed up to 136. And if you remember, if you saw my live stream on last Friday, you'd know that I said there is no way that GameStop is getting to over $100 or $100. There is no way. And I was wrong. It literally went to $100 in pre-market trading first thing, and this was the one that I was going to be watching right at the open. And guys, it is a miracle. The show trades feature is working. I don't know how or why it never works, but today it's working. So we'll go with that. That's great. Now, again, this is the one I was watching right off the bat. I had this level marked out. This is kind of the pre-market lows in here. It's all here at around $85. Oh God, let me fix this. So right here in around $85, that's kind of the support there. It chops around in here. This is actually a halt going down in here, opens back up, chops around, and I've got some trades in here tried to get long here through VWAP. Maybe was looking for kind of that squeeze action up through the highs here. We didn't get that. It came back down. I lost $400, over $400, just like that, just on 100 shares. I was already down on it straight, just 15 minutes into the day, down $400 already right here. This was a really quick trade. That was a little winner for $85 right there. Then this was devastating. Oh, this was devastating. In for 200 shares at 92.80. I was actually up on those shares, but it looks like I sold them out early at 92.87. So this candle was chopping around a lot, and it closed up here. It hit a high of almost $96, but as you can see, I only got 6 cents on those shares, unfortunately. So then I was like, dang it! I went long 200 shares, and I got out break even when I could have gotten out for over $3 a share on 200 shares, over $600. It would have put me back in the green, but dang it, I did not get that. And then right here, this was what really killed me here. Went long 200 shares. I saw this dip right here. It dipped to 90.50. Boom! I punched the buy button. I get smoked. It just rockets straight down to that $85 level. I'm like, oh, dang it. It is making a new low. It looks like it's just going to start running down. This could be devastating. We might see a halt going down soon, and then down into the 70s, 60s. GameStop is looking not good right here. So get a very harsh rejection here at VWAP. A huge seller just comes in there, and I tried to buy the dip because I always say buy the dip, and on Friday certainly that was working almost every single time, and I was just too scared to take it every single time. So today I was like, okay, I'm going to be more aggressive buying these dips. I'm more aggressive, and then boom, it just comes in right through me, and I stop out of this trade at 87 even. So that's just about right here, and just like that, I'm down over $1,000 on the day right there. So I was very frustrated. I was like, are you kidding me, man? GameStop is just killing me. Last Friday, I lost like $1,300 on it. Now only about $300 of that loss was trading the stock. So when I was trading the stock, I was actually pretty cautious. I only lost $300 on it. When you have a big mover like that, $300 loss, it's not the end of the world. Of course, you'd like to be green on it when a stock goes as parabolic as it did last Friday. But $300 loss, not the end of the world. But then I had an additional $1,000 loss because what did I do? I sold call options expiring the same day, which in hindsight was a really bad idea, but in the moment it seemed like it was almost foolproof because it was moving so parabolic, and these stocks do have a GameStop is not a $60 stock. despite it being at $100 right now. It's not a $100 stock. I mean, this is just pure short squeeze and euphoria happening right now. But anyway, I sold like 55 calls last Friday, and I lost terribly on them as into the close it squeezed up. I had to take basically the full max loss on those contracts. And luckily they were spreads, so I had a capped risk, but it was just most of my loss on Friday was from call options that I sold expiring on this day, because I expected it to come back down through. Even all in here, I was thinking, okay, I still feel good about this, because we're going to get those halts going down, and eventually this thing's going to wither away. But we saw that basically all through the afternoon, it consolidated, held VWAP, and then into the close, we're getting a little bit of that push. That is the sign that it's still holding these crazy levels. It's holding these levels, and that's bad for short sellers, because it looks like the bid is coming in here and buying it up every single time. And then that is kind of the reason that today we're getting that continuation, opening up at 97 bucks. So anyway, crazy action in here, trying to buy these dips, failing, down $1,000 trading it today at 10 o'clock. And I saw I was like, oh man, like, that's kind of it. Like, my max loss is like about $1,200. If I exceed that, like, I just gotta stop trading. You know what I mean? Because it's just not good. But what I did think is, look, boom, I have to stop out here. Boom, we pop right back up off this support, right back up to 89 bucks. It's kind of funny. Green candle, big red candle, green. It's kind of a funny looking 3 candles here. But we pop right back up and then right back into consolidation. So right around in here, I'm thinking, well, we like, GameStop's still holding up. It's not breaking down. Like, why is it not breaking down? It should be breaking down. Again, that's another sign of strength, that we're kind of consolidating below VWAP here. And this is exactly what happened last Friday. When you get that consolidation and it's not breaking down, you can see what happens. This thing can squeeze. And, this is typically what happens with continuation, is you get like a quick spike up, you get these halts going up, and then it will wither away. I would be hard pressed to think that GameStop will close above $100 today. There's just no way. And I'll say it. I said it last Friday, and I'll say it again here. I keep making these calls. They might be wrong, but there is just no way GameStop can close above $100 today. And if it does, you can come back and comment and say that I was wrong. But look. Long here, 100 shares right here on this candle here, because I'm saying to myself, look, this thing is not breaking down, and I like this little engulfing action right here. This is a decent setup, and then a little 1 minute pullback right here, and then just explosion up to 96 on 100 shares. I'm in at 91.42. So right here on this pop up here, I know that there was a large seller looming here and here, so once, twice, really almost 3 times, coming to VWAP here and just getting its shit rocked, you know what I mean? But coming up through here, I was like, no, this is the one, because you have this setup here, and you have the fact that it's been holding and consolidating under VWAP. This one I really wanted to hold because I like this setup, and I thought, if this thing can go, I mean, it's gonna go big, because after this consolidation, you're gonna see if we do get some upside on this, it's gonna be explosive, and it's gonna be that squeeze. And when I zoom out here back to that, auto scaling this, you can just see what happened here. But anyway, so just on 100 shares, you can see here, there we go. In just 100 shares here at 91.42, popping up here, and I was careful to not take my profit too early on this. I really wanted to milk this 100 shares as much as I could. Obviously, in hindsight, I should have taken more than 100 shares, but there's no way I would have. Just the risk is just enormous if it comes down and breaks through 85. I mean, that's just with 200 shares, that's a $6 loss per share. That's $1,200 in additional loss. I'd be down $2,200 on the day. That's unacceptable. Unacceptable. So anyway, along 100 shares here, coming up here, I really wanted to be patient, taking my profit. Okay, this is the move. We're getting that squeeze now. We should see at least a new RTH high, and then obviously the back of mine target is about 136, but I wasn't really thinking about that. But look, I mean, look in here. If you're watching this, these are 1 minute candles. Green, 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 green. 1 minute pullback here. So I'm taking profit all along the way, right? But then look at this. Top wick, closing at the low down here. This is an extremely bearish candle. So as I saw this come down as the candle was about to close here, I actually stopped out of my last like 20 shares or something like that. It actually would come all the way back down and touch 102 before closing the candle at 113. And obviously when you zoom out, these candles don't look as big now. But when you're in the moment and this is squeezing up like this, a candle like this makes you think it's the move's over. That was the squeeze, and we could see VWAP very quickly, and then from there lower even quicker. So it's like you got to be very quick. And I'd already taken most of my profit, and I said, okay, I just turned $1,000 loss into up like 400, and I'm good with that. I'm taking my profit. I'm out. So that was like a $1,400 trade right there, just on 100 shares. Just obviously GameStop just giving us crazy moves. But then as you can see, squeezes right back up, bounced off 102, closes at 113, consolidation, ramping back up, setting back up, and then the green up, the 1 minute pullback, the setup, and then the explosion up to 160. And obviously I'm not going to touch it anywhere in there. I just turned $1,000 loss into $400 profit on the day, which I do not do or get the chance to do very often. But so that's where I was kind of like, okay, I'm just gonna watch this one and be very thankful that I'm green on this. And for once, I actually got to take part in the GameStop squeeze, because I won't lie, I was feeling some FOMO. Ooh, GameStop's making a move back down to 85 now. There's definitely going to be more trade opportunities on this. I'm tempted to take a trade on it, on maybe a bounce off of 85, but the more times you get a test on it, and here it comes now, it's very tempting. But the thing is, I don't know where the halt levels are, so that's what makes this dangerous on dip trades, because it's halted several times. But look at this here. You see how the value is there's a lot of value and a lot of prints going off at 85, 86. So this is this to me doesn't look like a great dip trade opportunity. And that doesn't mean it won't bounce. It just means that it's touching this level for like the 4th or 5th time. And that's a signal to me that value is coming down to this level, and it just spent actually a decent amount of that candle down at 85, 86. There's a large amount of trades that went off there, so I'm gonna stay away. But my last trade on it was actually right here, a dip trade right here. We hit that high of 159. I saw this thing just come crashing down, and I bought a quick dip on it for only 20 shares, but I got $2 per share. It's crazy what you can do on this thing. But I got $2 per share, so that's like what, $40. It literally, I mean, a negligible trade, but I just did it because I don't know, these dips are getting bought up, and it actually closed the candle at 132 and then halted going down in this candle and then resumed lower. So it's a good thing that that was a very quick and dangerous dip trade. Definitely not worth it, but I made $40 on it and brought my profit up to 525 on the day. So so good stuff there. It'll be interesting what this wants to do for the rest of the day. I definitely think if we get that break below 85 here, it's it's gonna be all over for GameStop, and that's what I said last Friday too. It's gonna be all over. Eventually the party will be over, but you see what the daily candle looks like right now. It's very ugly. But anyway, so let's just talk about Palantir. This was a really quick trade actually that you can see. I was in here at $30 and out at 31.16. This was when the market was like just taking a dump here. Coming down, and eventually you will get that kind of V-shaped bounce usually. And so when it's coming down like this, I take the opportunity to get in here, kind of try to bottom pick this for very small size. I'm in at 30.18, and then I got out here at 31 for a $1 win. And as you can see, it came back up to $35. Now it's at it hit a high of $36 coming off that move, but whatever. I was not really planning to actually make a big trade out of that. I just wanted a quick scalp on it, and that's when I got. And yeah, Palantir was one that I missed on Friday too. It had a crazy move Friday, very steady uptrend there, looking very strong. So that was one that I missed because all eyes were on GameStop. But anyway, there you have it. I'm so happy that my trades are showing up on the chart. I don't know what, maybe thinkorswim got their act together and finally did something about this and fixed it. But it's been a while that I've had this problem. And anyway, I got Palantir on the breakout this morning. Nice entry on that dip though. Yeah. Yeah, Palantir, there was a great move on this in the morning. I did see this, but my focus was just on GameStop the whole time. I had my eyes on GameStop, and yeah, there was a really a nice move here from 34.50 to about almost $40 there. That's nuts. And it's just the classic gap and go, and that's awesome. I'm glad you got that opportunity. But yeah, it's actually surprising how often you do get a dip opportunity, and it's not just on Palantir. I mean, look at that. Look at the EV stock. I mean, look at this thing. It hits a low of 51.50 and then bounces to almost $57. Like, this is ridiculous. This is crazy. Opportunities like that. I mean, you can take almost the same dip trade on a ton of different stocks, and GameStop's now at $81. So taking a dive here, and this is breaking down through that $85 support where I'm you can take a dip trade in front of that support, but now it's been breached. I think you got to stay away from this now, and there may be good setups for dip trades on this, but right now it's making new lows, and I think I don't know, it's you got to have real nerve to try to be a buyer here, because I think that was interesting. It just broke through the $80 level. There were some buyers there, but now it looks like, yeah, the sellers are just overpowering right now. And this is going to be it for GameStop. There's the party is over. It looks like it's going to halt going down here. Yeah, this is over for GameStop. So stay away from this thing. You might be able to buy dips on it. On the 5-minute chart, it's just coming to this 200 SMA, so it's a little tempting because of that. But other than that, I think it's done for. Yeah, it's done for. It's over. All right, guys, that's my recap for today. I'm finishing the day up 623, and that's a good day considering I took a pretty decent hit on GameStop last Friday. So trying to kind of recoup some of those losses. I was down over $1,000 today at one point, and then recovering on this insane entry right here at 91.40, and then out early on the move. But I mean, when you see a candle like this, can you blame me? I don't think so. GameStop is very dangerous. You gotta watch where you trade on this one. 10:45. It's now just over an hour, and its market cap has just gone down 50%. So anyway, that's it from me, and if you did enjoy this, please leave a like on the video, and join the Discord if you have any questions, and subscribe if you like this content, because I make recaps every single day, or most days. I try, and this is what I do. And if you day trade on thinkorswim, come on, you gotta subscribe, man. We're all in this together. All right, guys, that's it from me, and I will back at it tomorrow. Be ready for my recap. I send notifications out in my Discord server, which the link is in the description, as I just said. So yeah, don't miss them, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.